is ruthless, our town can be cruel to its own.
I'm just standing here. I'm not bothering anything. I'm admiring the view. Honestly, this place is great. I've never been here before. I'm not in the marble, hard to believe it. I was walking through the town, heard there's a festival on. I thought you don't normally get much from here, so I thought I'd have a look. I'm just standing here, in Glasgow. I'm a Glaswegian. I was a Glaswegian Wayne. I read the Glaswegian when it came through the door. I thought I was Jesus. I lit the candles at Advent, my hands were shaking, but you couldn't tell. I think this is brilliant. I read in the paper that the new motorway's open ahead of time to earn a budget. I read that people don't really want independence and that the landslide majority shouldn't really get people's hopes up. I heard we're the sick man of Europe. Well, get this, I'm sick of hearing it. I'm having a break, man. I've been on my feet all day. I like it here, and I'll not go back to where I came from, but that's just me, onwards and upwards. I wandered lonely through the crowd and had to check my back pocket to see if my phone was still there. I like to look for somebody to give me a horn or all that. No, can he see you? Asked their dad last night. Tell you what, man, too many lines going down my head. I'm just standing here. I'm not bothering anybody, mate. I'm not in the marble. Hard to believe it, I'm telling you it is. It's hard to believe it.
To be a theatre, to be a shared space to find a friendly face, where talents are nurtured. Shakespeare's fools rush in with no fears to tread. When she danced in '92, paving the way for drama, dance, and cabaret. For the young, the old, the nurtured, the new, the director, the playwright, the cast, the crew, the pulse, the heart, the soul, the ram's horn. To not be a theatre, to not be a home to house hidden talents, cannot be celebrated. The drama cannot be appreciated. The craft, the love, the laughter, there is no happy ever after. We've been left in the wings to dry. This black box won't survive. This theatre will no longer be, but the drama will never die.
The stench was overpowering, intertwined with the dry, built-up over the years dust. Hides hung from lines like lost babies, shriveled up from the womb waters of the tannery. Shriveled and waiting for a better existence, echoing bodies that hung from the gallows gates. Life chewed them up and spat them out whole. Decomposition was not an option. Cure me in a salt bath. Soak the skin, scrub away the past, whitewash walls to cover the grime of times past. Dry me flat so that I can become two-dimensional and useful in your world of commodities. Make me a covering for your soul, or something in which to carry your possessions. Possess me, stamp me with your feet, soak me in pentachlorophenol and quicksilver. The mercury leaves shadows behind my eyes that will remain forever to tell the story. I died stiff and dirty with soil and gore. Soak my skin clean, soften, pound, scour, remove flesh, fat, scrape my fibres with your blunt knife. Pickle me in salt, eradicate eyelashes, nails, until all that remains is a blank canvas stretched across the frame. Glasgow Print Studio frame maker, make me a frame to stretch myself across like cowhide from the tannery. In this white space, there's nowhere to hide. Sometimes I visit studios where flames ignite like stricken matches, searching out that what-if moment in the night. I can smell the smoke from every crevice amidst the dry, built up over the years' dust. I compose myself as a work in progress. Sometimes pencil lead scrapes through paper. I am on the edges of minds, painters, photographers, printmakers, but they never get me quite right. Something about the eyes, a sadness, the liming process, maybe. Shades of grey, muted browns of brickwork, paint it over white, scrub as much as you like, you can never escape the smog of the city. I am rough to touch, uneven, craggy edges, pointing, eroding in places. This place has had a hard life. The cleaner in the eaves is just like me, invisible and unobserved, plastic bottle perched atop a yellow triangular warning. Caution, slippery surface. The scrape of a chair as an artist retires, adding fuel to the fire of dreams. White walls, smooth as ice as I glide my palm across, press my face against the glass, but my breath leaves no mark there. Upon the dry, built up over the years, dust.
Welcome to Pinocchio, or many years ago, I used to stay. Your kind would examine me, this freak that you see each night and each day, checking under my shirt to see if I really was covered in tattoos and scars. They laughed at me. It's something funny to talk about as they drank in the bars. When I was not working or feeding, I was kept in a tiny iron-barred cell, and when I was greedy, the staff would come and beat me. It really was like hell. I do not need the sympathy of your kind. I am cursed and deserve my fate. Sometimes my urges would overpower my mind, and I would wait for the visitors leaving through the narrow rat-lined lane that is outside. I had my revenge on many folks, the tall, the short, the narrow, and the wide. The management made money from those wanting to see the beast from below, so I obliged them by letting them put me up here on stage and on show. In return, they used to ignore my occasional indiscretions. They were easy to conceal. For me, a protruding artery has always been a joy to watch, to smell, and to feel. And excuse me if I have to shade my eyes. This brightness comes with 1,000 pains. I can hear the rushing of your blood, deafening as it flows through your veins. I can smell each of you, for human blood has its own delicious perfume. Yet it is a torment to me. It is my doom. Memories. Oh yes, they are so sweet. You tempt me too much. Please, come closer. I must have one soft. You see that for me, the show begins and the show ends.
What now? When you've shaken off the past of your longing, sending it flying into corners like droplets from fur, feeling a dream slackened, the neat tide lapping at your feet, salt crust on your heels, the only thing left to remind you of home. What now? When the old well of loss seems empty, and history's door appears sealed, and you've grown used to your voice being strained through the debris, and now you find yourself free. None. with no grief, no pool of longing where you learned how to swim. And now that you've dried out, the other bathers call out to you, placing clammy hands on your sides, turning resolve to frog spawn in your belly and your will into weeds. Stay, stay. What now? When to walk on alone is to walk on knives, when to breathe alone is to breathe in fire, and high up here is lonely, beached, with the wind casting sand on your skin. What now? When the old well of loss seems empty, and history's door appears sealed. Just the remnants of their voices clinging damply to your soul. How can you strive to be happy when we could never be free? Can we? Can we shake off the past of our longing? With the neap tide lapping at our feet? With salt crust on our heels? Shall we? Shall we turn and step into now?
Glasgow's a lovely place to live. If you don't mind lovely, no always being, well, lovely. If you don't mind a wee bit ugly now and again, because that's what's lovely about it. Glasgow's lovely, isn't it? Isn't it? If you don't mind people being a wee bit sick all the time, or a wee bit homeless all the time, but that's alright if it's no you. Glasgow is lovely, but I mean it. If you don't mind a few people that get in your way, like an orange walk now and again, or a few other things that mess up your day. Glasgow's lovely for hundreds of things, but having a laugh and being friendly to folk, but being sad and all, and singing about it in New Year, and getting a piece at MD's door, and walking about and looking at things and just thinking about it and looking at the place and having a drink and just having a good time, just enjoying yourself. Because let's face it, you don't know when the time's going to come.
Welcome to the Merchant City for a better class of Glaswegian on the piss. Tabling for two while watching the world, can I recommend the monkfish? Shopping meets Chopin as a stylish, barely dressed, meets City Hall pensioners in their Sunday best. Older gents in younger clothing, sporting shiny nappers, competing on the pool with the denim stressed wrappers. Same-sex lovers holding hands out on the bliss, no need to hide as they steal another kiss. Outside the tea room, lavender ladies who lunch, oblivious to the gallery and laddies who punch. This place is an oasis, a cocoon, a cobbled brigadoon, a home, a workplace, a restaurant, a bar, a hive, adorned, adored, alive.
From zero to hero, hard men working big capital. Capital comes into this world dripping from head to foot, from every pore with blood and dirt, vile and gore. Import, export, whatever they desired. The Virginia Dawn soon carved out the second city of the empire. Supply, demand, simple economics, allies in command of 13 colonies. From the Clyde to the Americas, everything weighed accordingly. Tobacco, sugar, slavery. Human cargoes of black Africans exchanged for sugar, tobacco, cotton. Plantation masters provided raw sugar cane, yanked out of the soil from the broken backs of slaves, shipped back to Glasgow's industrial revolution. The refined sugar then returned to the plantation. Keep the masses' tea so sweet he forgets to cause them pain, or work them all to death, get another cargo from the Great Plains. Let them work until they drop, or by suicide of drowning, suffocation, hanging, or fixed melancholy howling, when they simply gave up the fight, gave up the right to life, and died silent in the night. From hero to zero, hard men losing big capital. The War of Independence and the abolitionists put an end to this world dripping from head to foot from every pore with blood and dirt, bile and gore. The Virginia Dons soon cast their nets in other assets. The middlemen of misery, silent partners in the slave trade, carved out their dominance with merchant city mansions, all the while trying to endorse pro-slavery sanctions.
19 ships go sailing, and sailing down the Clyde, and each shall catch its cargo, that cargo deep inside. Look all around at Glasgow's finest buildings, built by its merchants, rich and grand. Their wealth came from the use of slaves whose blood nourished the land. 19 ships go sailing, the slaves have work to do. Tobacco and sugar plantations need the strongest men and women too. And an African sun still shines on us today. It illuminates our memories and the things we do and say. 19 planes go flying to war-torn Congo far away, to steal minerals for our mobile phones. Such things happen every day.
I have no home in my bones, Glasgow. No life to suck from your stones, no call from your painted names, no place quite sure in your one-way, this-way, stop-start squares. Cities confuse me. Sections of sky shared out between sandstone. Built for what and by whom? With shops at their feet like shiny shoes that twinkle at me to try them on. Twisted alleys, grass on walls, men beside gates sneaking cigarettes that funded the front of the buildings they worked through. I have no home in my bones, Glasgow. You're a master of it. You could ride a bucking bronco anywhere. Gravity sunk deep, swaying with the punches, pulling out surprises, one hand stretched all the way to the sky. I'd put money on you to ride for your lives, all 600,000 held up high. I have no home in your bones, Glasgow, with my vows from the south and my train ticket back to the east tonight and my blind spots shining for all to see. And I'm envious, and I'm not, can glamourize your crime and sweat and fear and grime. Though I love your funky soul, I just don't get you, Glasgow. That's the thing. I can see quite clearly